Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Lynn Renee McDonald, for Practical Spirituality Live. I'm just going to light us up some sage today here. I'm in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and today I'm being guided by Universe to talk to you about the collective consciousness, and that whatever happens in the collective consciousness, no matter what it is, that love energy on a personal level with your God connection always has your back. All right. That's what I'm being guided to talk about today. All right. And I'm going to give you some examples. All right. This came in today for us. And this is kind of what has sort of been going down through the whole year. Here, let me give you guys all some sage, right? Get all the energy off of all of us. Because there's some crazy ass energy going around or going on these times with this coronavirus stuff. People, there's this great amount of fear and anger and upsettedness. And so a lot of crazy stuff is happening in the world today. And that energy is all fueled by the collective consciousness, all right? And the news media has a huge amount to do with this, all right? This 24-hour news streaming of, all the crap or all the stuff that has to do with this coronavirus, right? Crap meaning, this interview, that interview, they fuel the hype for this from fear, right? And it's just become to a radical state of unwellness within the collective consciousness. So many of you will be feeling all of this energy that is from all of this as you go out and your travels. Like the yesterday, right? I was like really fucking irritable and cranky, and I'm thinking, oh, this Virgo moon is really great and on my soul, pulling out all this stuff. And yes, this Virgo moon we just had March 9th is doing, pulling the stuff and culling stuff for our greatest us, the most recent stuff that has to go in relation to everything that has to do with the moon and Virgonian energy in these times, what's going on in your soul and all of that, right? And that'll be a YouTube for another day, right? Just like all the moons usher in changes based on the planets that are in that time frame, as well as the calendar year time, what's affecting what in astrology, okay? But that said, all right, the collective consciousness is that wilding energy. And I thought, well, the Virgo moon probably plays some of that. Yes, it definitely does. However, a lot of you will be picking up on the super, super, super unwell energy that is coming in from the whole collective consciousness of the coronavirus, and the news fueling it, and the government's fueling it, and the cities, fueling it, and the people fueling it, okay? The collective consciousness is the consciousness that is in alignment with a certain vibration that is that which is the fear and the unwellness all brought up into the picture, into what you would call the coronavirus, right? In Earth world, vibrational reality within the fears in people's souls, right here, right now in Earth world time, okay? So what's happening, okay, is there's all of this crazy energy. But amazingly, the coronavirus came in really, I think it's about a month, the universe is telling me a month to a month and a half ago. And it started out in China is what we see on the news, right? All right, so this is what we are presented with through the media, through the news, television, TV, right, and other publications and stuff, as well as people running around saying what's going on, right? So we are presented with these things, so we know, we get an idea what's going on. But the reason I'm talking about this is to give you an idea what's happening in the energy. So many of you will be feeling all these energies and wondering why you're cranky, or why you may feel influxes of this incredible fear, and you're like, what the fuck, right? And you're like, this isn't my fear, or this isn't my weirdness or unwellness or anger or whatever it is. So you're picking up everything associated with that energy, all wrapped up in the coronavirus stuff, okay? The energy, the vibration here in Earth world of this whole pandemic and all that has to do with it, that vibrational energy, all that's in there. If you're an empath in any way, shape, or form, and in all that is God, that is love, which is all the people, right? Everybody, everything is going to be feeling that energy, okay, here in Earth World, okay, and all different variations of it, depending on what triggers you, what works with you, where you are within you, so many different factors based on the law of love energy, the law of universe, okay. Now, that said, we're going to put this over here for a minute because that's some of the stuff that we needed to talk about, but it's also a background for what you need to know always, that no matter what the fuck is happening in this Earth world, if you especially work consciously with God or love or in your highest heart self space with as much as possible with everything you do, right? Or you do what we teach, right? You will be in alignment with that love energy over here. So you got the coronavirus and this craziness here, and then you got the highest form of love over here, right? Okay. And you will always be protected by that love energy, protected, guided, connected. All right. So in a personal, this is me, Lynn, I'm this one little guy here, right? That's it. I'm this one little guy here, and I can't have any effect on the world. This is a lot of our belief systems that we have out here, and nothing is further from the truth. And oh my God, I'm going to get lost or get sick and die in the coronavirus, right? That's what many of us or many of the people out here are putting out there and thinking, and they're freaking out, right? And we think we're just one guy and we have no power, when the truth is we have all the fucking power by what we believe and how much we work with love and how in alignment we are with that love, okay? Because this is the God's honest truth about how things work here. So that said, no, the more you are in your heart space, the more you work with love, the more you are going to be balanced and in alignment with love energy that is gone. Okay. And these are, as we talked about in our last YouTube's, radical astrological times, radical changes in this world, right? Transformation, right? So, and that's all part of the grand design that stirred up and brought in this coronavirus stuff. All right. There's going to be lots of more crazy stuff coming in. Doesn't mean it's going to be exactly like this. All right. It is all created by all that is love, that is God, ultimately for our greatest selves in our greatest, highest love energy space and way of being from that space and existence in that space of love for us all, our greatest, truest happiness, joy, all the best of the best of the best that we can be from the highest form of love, as well as this all over the planet, all in this dimension, right? And all that is God, really, okay? So that you understand how everything works, okay? So, again, you are super protected. And I'm going to give you some examples because this year has been like kind of crazy. A lot of people say, well, there's this Piscean fog that came in with the Piscean energy and the Mercury retrograde in Pisces, right? This fog where a lot of people didn't know what they were doing. They had ideas and inclinations, and they would, and before this in January, you get some ideas of where you were going, and you finished up the end of the last of all the stuff that was happening from last year, right? The end of the last calendar year, all right? And into this new year in February 1st starts the new spiritual year, right? And okay, so we're moving forward with that, but there's been like a fog, and there's usually somewhat of a fog every year as things settle, the dust settles from the end of the things that were completed from last year into the future, into this coming year, right? There's been this fog, and people haven't known what to do, where they're going. Lots of calls this year in January and February about where am I going with my career, and I don't know where I'm going, and I feel stuck, and I don't feel like doing anything, and I'm really tired. And these are all the astrological effects and things that are going on, right, with all of this. Okay, that said, okay, your soul in alignment with source or love that is God knows exactly what it's doing. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to quick let my dogs out. Okay, so this is kind of what's been going on this year. So a lot of us have been urged to do stuff and stopped from doing it. So that has been a theme in my life this year. And I'm always talking to God, and I'm always connected to God, right? I'm being stopped from doing things. All of a sudden they're like, oh no, you can't. Right now you're taking a break. You're taking a break from working with this person. You're taking a break from working with that person. I would go and start stuff and think I'm going to be doing it. And I get the urge on. And I'd feel it in my highest heart self, in my soul, right? And I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do this, and this is what universe is guiding me to do. And then like within 72 hours, sometimes a little longer, sometimes it would be a few weeks, I'd be like, I was just supposed to do that part and I'm not going to complete this now, right? Because I'm not feeling it anymore, right? So this happened. We were going to do the mall space again. And then the mall space didn't come together. And I was all excited about it. And we were going to keep our mall space, but then we stopped. And I was like, all of a sudden the energy wasn't there anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck, right? So we stopped and we put the mall space on pause, right? And then we were going to do this another whole string of expo thing. And we were working on this whole thing, right? And then we were all excited. We got some of the stuff together, right? And then all of a sudden, we're not doing it, right? And I'm like, I was all excited. I'm feeling it. We started working on it and universe pulled the plug. It's like they took away the energy and I'm like, okay. I'm like, something's up, right? So, and the same thing, I was supposed to book, I felt like I was going to book a lot of shows and go all over the country again and balance all of these things while still having our shopping center, right? Guided by universe, guided by love for the main core of our whole mission. It's all about love, right? So, all right, so we're sitting tight. The shopping center is doing great. We're so grateful and so blessed, right? But but at the same time, we want to get this love energy magic out to everybody that we teach, out to everybody all over the world, right? And this is all part of our mission. So universe has given us ways to do that, right? And we have a whole bunch of things that we started to work on that were then put on stop and put on stop and put on stop because it's like universe pulls the plug on that energy in my soul, and I'm like, okay. I'm not feeling this right now. Why am I not feeling this? And I was like, okay, God, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Right. And then I get from them, you're supposed to just sit back. You're supposed to get some rest. And then I got another personal project on the burner, right? That really requires me to be home to do what it is that I need to do. Right. And I'm like, okay. This is just crazy, right? I'm like, so universe is pulling the plug on all these things. And in the meantime, I'm like, okay, God, I still need to keep money flowing in to keep everything going to do this whole mission, right? So that said, they're like, chill, and I'm sitting here at the same time while I'm getting information and they're talking to me all along. I'm not, I'm still not completely solid in my understanding for why all these things that we tried to do, right, was not happening. And I'm like, what the fuck, right? And all of this would have required huge amounts of money investments from me, right? And this is why I'm telling you this, because universe always has your back. The more you work with love, the more in alignment you are with love, the more everything is going to work out for you. So even when I don't realize, right, or I don't see why this isn't working or why what's going on is happening, and I don't get the full picture or any of it at all, but I just know how I feel in my heart. That's my soul working with the highest form of love because it knows exactly in alignment with God, right? All right. My highest heart self knows exactly what it's doing and what's going on. And that is why I wouldn't get that information on a conscious earth world level sometimes, because, it is that my soul is being guided from its highest heart self in this space, my subconscious soul, and it knows always what's going on. And when I remember to ask, or I remember consciously to work with God all the time on a conscious level, then those answers will be more likely to come in. But in the meantime, your soul always runs the show. Even when you don't think you know what's going on, your soul has always got you. And love energy has always got you and your soul, and you're always connected. And you may think because you're teeny that you have no power over the coronavirus and all the events happening in the world, and your business is going to fail and you're going to fail and all this shit. But really what has happened, and all this just really came together today, universe is like, hey, this is the reason. We knew the coronavirus was coming. If you invested all your money and everything into all these businesses, you would have lost a huge amount of money. They're not going to happen. All the things that we told you about that you were feeling in your heart, they're meant to be put over here on the shelf for now, because with the energy of the collective consciousness, there is always change. And with what is happening in the world, it ushered in and was created by world stuff on wellnesses, fears, toxic, greatest changes that need to happen from love energy, all pulled in, right? this coronavirus stuff. And now everything is fucking shut down, from the schools to big events to the people not traveling, people freaking out. You're not supposed to go here. You're not supposed to go there. And if I had invested in everything I got into my events and the things that I was being guided to do, which they pulled the plug on for me, they meaning universe with my highest heart self, my soul, okay? All right? Pulled the plug on that so that I would not be in a deficit. Universe, God, love, always knows exactly what is going on all the time and what is happening. And when you are connected to that energy, you are in the know. You are in the highest form of love, and love does not shit on itself. You are in alignment with that love, and great things will happen for you, and it protects you, and it watches out for you. I see many, many people that I know, and I wish them well. I don't wish them anything bad, but the law of universe is such that unwell things, or it's not quite working out for them because they're really not doing this. They're not really in their heart space. They're not really working with love consciously and subconsciously and in all ways as much as they can. They're not coming from their highest heart self. They're not doing their spiritual work. Now, many people are, right? Many people are out here. So it's not a commentary that anything like where I'm better than anybody. It has nothing to do with that. All I'm saying is work from the highest form of love and be in alignment with this so that when things like the coronavirus and things that you think are so much bigger than you, like volcanoes blowing up or wars happening or a government collapse, right? And whatever comes your way, such as the coronavirus right now, right? You will always be protected and in alignment with source, even when you have no idea that you are. When you don't understand why things are happening, universe always has your back. Anybody or anything that tries to shit on me, they're like, no, 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 even when I'm not even consciously aware. And this is just, if nothing at all, this is one of the greatest reasons why you just want to be in your heart space. This is what's happening with the changes in the world. This is why so many people are checking out, because if you're not in alignment in your highest heart self, the vibration here then becomes toxic, right? Or somewhat toxic. And if your soul doesn't want to be in this space or can't tolerate the energy, it's going to check out. So many people are crossing over during these times as well. So there's all this wild stuff going on. But the more you work from love and your highest heart self, the more you have all the power, no matter how small you are. No matter how small, you have all the gifts and tools of love, right? In the grand design of all that is, right? To make your greatest life, and they will back you up like white on rice every single fucking time. If you want to know how it works and you don't understand, ask love. Why is this happening? Why isn't this happening for me? Why is what happening for me? Not what is happening? Why is that happening? And what do I do? Where do I go from here? And when I said that to them, I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck. You tell me to do this, and then all of a sudden you pull the plug on my energy to do that, and I know I need to stop, but why? Emotionally, I'm not feeling it anymore. So universe stops all the plans, right? Has me put the kibosh on all the plans, and then all of a sudden, all this coronavirus madness is going on, and I understand why. On a high-end level, right? So I'm just sharing this with you to once again put out there the importance of how we have all the power, no matter how small, and we are so backed up by the power of all that is love, that is God, which is everything in the highest form, which is always in your highest heart. And the more you're in that space and the more you work with love, the more in alignment you will be, and the more you won't get fucked over no matter what is happening in the collective's consciousness, all right? Fucked over meaning have bad things or unwell things happen to you. Do you understand that? Because source always looks out for you. It's kind of like your guardian angel, having your angel on your back, right? Or having the universe and all these wonderful love energy beings all around you to help and assist you. Subconsciously and consciously all the time, okay? So this is what I want to share with you today. So know that you have all the power no matter what crazy shit is happening in the collective consciousness. And know this too shall pass, and you have all the power no matter how small you are or how large you are. You have all the power when you work from love, because that is the highest massive power of all. Okay, it is all the power of all that is. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and you have that power. Much love. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.